Hello and welcome to Biggsie's Garage. Today we're going to talk about security and what I'm going to do inside my garage to make it a little bit more secure and so that I know what's going on. As I mentioned, today's episode is about security, and last year I came across a company called Wyze, and their products are really cool, and the best thing about their products is their price point. It makes it really great and really easy for those of us who may not have deep pockets for big elaborate home automation or security systems, and it makes it a lot more feasible. Now before I continue, I just need to let you know I am not sponsored. Though if Wyze wants to, I'm happy to accept sponsorship, but I'm not sponsored by Wyze in this particular episode. The product that I'm going to show you and the products that I've currently used before this, I purchased on my own dollar. And so the information and things I have to share with you are 100% me. It's not paid for. So you can expect an unbiased review of this particular product. What I can tell you about what I'm going to share with you, the product that I got, is that it is available on their own website, which the website will be linked below, as well as right here. And it's available at Home Depot. I don't know any other places that it's available, just because those are the two places that I've gotten the product from. When I was first introduced to Wyze, I noticed that they had this little tiny camera, about so big, and then they had this other tall one that was a pan and tilt camera. They are operated through Wi-Fi, so you're able to connect it up to your Wi-Fi, and then through an app on your phone, you can see what the camera sees. You can control them, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. With the pan and tilt one, you can pan it, you can tilt it, and have a lot of fun with it. You can even speak to people who you can see or animals through the cameras. You just push the button, start talking, and they can hear you. Most of the cameras they don't have any outdoor rated cameras as of yet, though I do know people who have used these cameras outdoors, as long as it's not within the direct rain and sunlight and things like that. If it's up underneath an eave or whatever, it should be fine. In my Home Depot bag, there we go. Toss that over there, receipt over there. It's this Wyze camera right here, and this is not just the camera, that's the little camera I was telling you about, but this also comes with kind of like a Wi-Fi hub that you plug into the back of the camera, and then also a little sensor, motion sensor, and two, I'm just going to call them door sensors, but you can virtually put them on anything that opens and shuts. I'm primarily using this for doors. And you look at the size of this box, I don't know, 5 inches by 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches by 2 inches. You know, it's a pretty small little package, and there's a camera in here, those 3 sensors, and a little Wi-Fi hub so that it can speak to your Wi-Fi, all in this one little box. So let's take a look at this and see what's so cool about it, all right? All right, so here is the box, the packaging. Let's open this bad boy up. First off, right at the top is the camera. Kind of small, isn't it? Let me just save that. So let's just get right to it. So there's the camera, a little protective thing over the camera lens. Kind of flips open, and you can adjust how you position it, wherever it's going to go. The really cool thing too about this is magnetic. So you can actually put it onto a metal surface and it will hold onto there. What else comes in the box? We got the camera. We got some instructions. Put that over here. Okay, let's see, what's this one? Okay, this is got your mounting and powering items. In order for this to talk to your Wi-Fi continually, it needs to be continually powered. So they provide you with a 6-foot long power cable that is USB. Okay, and of course the adapter that you can use to plug into any power source that is non-USB. So that's that. And then you have a mounting plate. Now in this box, believe it or not, look at how big this is. It's about almost as wide as the camera, or at least as tall as the camera. Very, very small. And inside here is a sensor, a motion sensor, two door switches or door sensors, and the part that you plug into the back of your camera or a camera to be able to communicate with your Wi-Fi. So let's open that up and take a look. Don't get rid of this because you're going to need that to be able to set each device as you're communicating or pairing it up with the camera itself. Let's pull this out. This is what plugs into the back of your camera. Okay, we'll do that later. And these, that is the motion sensor. And then here are your devices. See how small they are? And so that's the kit. Now, how do we set this all up? That's just as easy as taking everything out of the box. Keep in mind that you have a 6-foot cable here, so it needs to be plugged in at all times. So your camera needs to be mounted within 6 feet of the nearest plug. They do have adapters or extra long cables that you can use. I've seen some on Amazon for 25 feet, some on the Wyze website which were like 15 feet. So you can get those types of things to add distance to where you're going to go and where you want to place your cameras. The first step is to download to your phone the Wyze app. So the Wyze app will come up, and right now you can tell I already have a few devices and everything like that I mentioned on the inside of the house. This one is for the garage. So now the second step is to plug in your camera. Got it plugged in over here to the one and only plug in my garage, right? I mean, who only puts one plug in their garage? Builders these days. The next step is to take the camera, and on the bottom, you'll notice that right here we've got a flashing yellow light. On the bottom, see if we can bring this up closer to you. So on the bottom here, you'll see these little, this little button right here. Right here is an SD card slot that you can put an SD card in there, so it'll record straight to that card rather than going into the internet at the Wyze hosting servers. But first we got to hold this down until we hear an audible recording. So let's hold that down.
Ready to connect.
Okay, now it's going to keep saying ready to connect until we actually start connecting. To connect, we just need to touch these double or triple buttons right there, and it'll ask us what do we want to do, and we'll take the top one and we're going to add a product, and then it asks us what product do we want to add. So I'm going to add a Wyze Cam. It tells me to push that button, which I've already done it, and it says okay, it tells us right there the steps. We're going to say next. We put in our Wi-Fi router name and the Wi-Fi password. And we push next.
Ready to connect.
And it gives us this QR code. And all we got to do is show the camera this QR code.
QR code scanned. Please wait. Setup completed.
Okay, so it's setup completed. I heard QR code. Now I can give this camera a name. The garage cam. Garage cam. Okay. Setup successful. Finish setup. You can share these devices and these cameras with other people. My wife has access to all the in-house cameras. Later on, she'll have access to the garage cam as well. But all the other things, so both of us can be able to monitor and take a look at what's going on in our home. But right now, let's focus back on this system. So now that we've got the camera all set up and ready to go, we'll just leave that sitting here for right now. Let's get on to the sensors. So the next step is taking this device and plugging it into the back of the camera. Now you can put these, you can get this kit with just these sensors and just this little hub if you already have existing cameras. Now I have a camera already in the house on the piano that has one of these in it. But I wanted to show you the other camera that they have available. This is the one that we have in another part of the house that overlooks basically where all the other cameras in our downstairs. Wherever anybody can get into the house, we've got this pan that basically can see all the different little entryways into the house. I can, from work or wherever I have internet access, I can activate this camera and I can pan it. It rotates on this little base here, and then I don't know if you can see where the camera is facing right now. See how it's facing down? Because it's so high up, it's all the way down to the bottom here because I don't need to see the ceiling, right? So it sits way up high. I mean, this is almost all the way up to the ceiling where this sits. Now, if you look on the back of the camera, right there, that's where this USB right here would plug into that. So anyways, let's sync up these sensors. So basically we got to do the same thing. We're going to take this button and we're going to push the 3 buttons up there. We're going to add a product. We're adding a Wyze contact sensor. It's going to be on the piano cam. And you didn't hear it, but inside the other room, our camera just said connect the unit. So we're going to separate this sensor, the magnet, and we're basically going to take this sensor. There's a little tiny hole right there, and we're going to push that button, until that blinks. And on here, it just gave us an indication that it had received it. Now let's give this one a name. So this one that I did over here is called garage to house. So this one's going to be garage door. So garage door. Okay. Finish setup. So now I have garage door, garage to house, garage cam, garage motion, front door, side door, all these other cameras that I have. Finish setup. So there we have it. All the systems and everything all linked to each other. Now I just need to go and put them on. So now we have that camera right up there. We got to find out if it's actually pointing in the direction that we want. So what I do is I take my phone with the Wyze app on it and I take a look at the garage cam. So we can open up the garage cam and it's filling up the little bubble here, and that is what we can see. Ooh. Turn the sound off because you can actually hear what's going on, right? And that is what we're seeing right now. So I'm just taking a look, making sure that everything that I want covered is covered. I've got a little bit of ceiling up here. So what I want to do is take my phone back up on the bench there and position it while I'm looking through my camera of where it's going to be, so I can get a better picture of where the garage is, the garage door, where people would be coming in that I'd want to record. I think that looks all right. So there you have it, securing your garage for under $50. And with the priceless stuff that you keep in your garage, which is your project, right? You know, if you're restoring a car, or you're restoring a motorcycle, or modifying this or that, doing some woodwork, you don't want that stuff to walk away. And you want to be able to know and find whoever may have taken that stuff. So with a simple camera like this, and some motion sensors and some door sensors, you'll be able to know when somebody enters your area, when somebody leaves your area, and you'll be able to record what they came and went with, if anything. Hopefully, you never have to worry about it. But when you do, it's nice to know that you have something that can help you out. Now, there's a few things I'm going to do to change what I have here. I'm going to get the longer cord so that I can kind of put it back around and tuck it away and hide it so it's not hanging across my sticker board here. And a few other little things. They have some really cool housings on Amazon that you can tuck things away in. In fact, all the products that I have here that I'm using in my house, that I'm using out here in the garage, and other things that I'm going to be getting, I'll put a link to the Amazon page below so that you can check it out yourself. But until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends and to comment and offer your suggestions and ideas below. They're really helpful. I answer every single one of those, and so let's strike up a conversation. You can also find us on Facebook and www.bigsiesgarage.com, where you can ask me questions personally. You can send off information, and if you want to, send me a sticker. Let me know where you've been or where you are. And if you do, I'll give you a shout out and I'll send you a sticker in return for helping me decorate my board. Anyways, until next time, keep on wrenching. Kind of tight up here. First of all, I'm not a big mess fan, so got to get rid of all these boxes so that we know what we're dealing with. That's better.